speaker will be Gavin Rossi. His talk will cover experience working with RTL SDR platform and implementing several SDR programs, including Luke Burnt's trunk recorder and Dylan Reinhold's trunk player Django app on the front end. They have been able to set up multiple receiving sites and cover both a countrywide analog trunk system as well as multiple digital P25 Phase 2 digital trunking systems, which make the SDR approach to police scanning really shine. One thing that sets apart this project from traditional police scanners is that using a trunk recorder as their backend allows them to time shift transmissions when multiple talk groups are active on each system, which is a big advantage over the limitations of traditional hardware-based scanners. He has archived nearly 40 gigabytes of radio transmissions. Gavin is an independent journalist and web developer who has created several local news websites and has done investigative journalism in New Jersey. He currently attends Stockton University. All meetup presentations will be recorded and posted online as well as streamed on YouTube.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. All right, so I'll just take it from the top again. So what we created with my platform, Ocean County Radio Live, is a cloud-based SDR-powered P25 and analog trunking scanner. And I'm going to walk everybody through it. We're going to start out with the problem with hardware-based scanners and the lacking that they have with respect to being able to pull in multiple transmissions at once and other issues that they face. So P25 Phase 2 digital scanners are still quite pricey. A lot of people are being left behind due to the pricing, and the RTL SDR really is an amazing platform because for such a small amount of money, you really do get a whole lot of radio. Hardware scanners, they are very limited in the sense that they cannot pull in multiple channels at once. So our platform that we're using 2 different open source software packages to accomplish this. And I'm going to skip over a little bit just because we are pressed for time. These slides are all online. They're on my website. Then they're also at cyberspectrum23.ocradio.live. We made a little subdomain just for this talk. So I go in, the issues with live feeds and scanners, etc. So here is OC Radio Live, our platform. I did a little bit of a play on software as a service. We're calling this a scanner as a service platform. And this is a little bit of an overview of the site and what it does. We're using the open source trunk recorder application written by Luke Burnt, and that's a really great program. It's been implemented for other uses such as live feeds. It'll handle phase 1, phase 2 trunking and conventional as well as analog and other conventional FM systems. So here in Ocean County, New Jersey, where I am speaking to you from right now, we have an interesting layout of radio systems to scan with this platform. Our county is currently in the process of phasing out their Motorola Type 2 analog trunked radio system. All of the fire and EMS for our entire county currently operate on that. We have a New Jersey State 700 megahertz P25 Phase 2 system that just went online a few years ago, and a lot of stuff is starting to migrate over to that. So you really do need that Phase 2 capability. And then we also have conventional analog VHF and UHF channels. So the magic of SDR comes into play with our platform with the time shifting capability of trunk recorder. On a lot of these bigger trunked systems, what will end up happening is they'll have multiple voice channels, multiple talk groups that can be active at once. And on a traditional hardware-based scanner, you're going to be missing out on that. So we have a distributed network of SDRs that are able to give our users more choices where they can either scan everything and get everything that's coming through our system, or just hear what they want as far as fire, EMS, or any other topics. So this is our first receive site in Toms River, New Jersey. This is pulling in 2 700 P25 systems, as well as some 460 and 155 megahertz conventional channels, and they're all getting fed to the same back end. This is my personal receiving site in my office next door, just a Ubuntu desktop computer, 2 SDRs going into an antenna with a powered USB hub. So here's a look at some of the open source software that's powering the site. The back end, again, is trunk recorder. The radio transmissions are uploaded to an Amazon S3 bucket where they're archived from. and we continue onto the actual backend code. So it's just a simple JSON configuration file. These are all actually up on my GitHub profile as well if you want to see some of our sample configuration files. So you just define the SDRs and then the systems that you want to record in this syntax, and it's really quite simple. You just load it into the program and it will start running as long as the SDRs are suitably connected. And then this is just a little screenshot of some of the console output. If you look at the screen behind me, that's actually the same console output on our production server that's running live behind me. And you can see it just goes, it loads and encodes each transmission, takes it from a WAV to MP3 to save file space, and then it uploads it to our front end server, and then from there to Amazon S3 for the actual archive. So we're at the front end, it's just an Ubuntu VPS, nothing special. We're running the Django web framework, which Trunk Player is a Django app written for. Nginx is a reverse proxy, which feeds it back to Daphne, which actually serves the Django app. So bringing it all together, Trunk Recorder reads in the configuration file. We define the systems we want to record. We allocate them, and then it just executes a bash script when it runs each transmission, sends it to our server, writes it to the database, and then finally they're stored in Amazon S3 for the archives. And then essentially users can use it to play live transmissions or access the archives, etc. Now the cool thing is we have a full REST API for all of these radio systems. So we're really trying to see, what people will build on top of the work that we've already done. So with this REST API, you can pull in scan lists, transmissions, all that good stuff. And we're going to end up eventually probably we're going to build a mobile app, other stuff to go along with it in the future. A lot of that stuff is definitely exciting. And in conclusion, this is an opportunity to bring SDR to a non-technical audience. I've been bringing this to scanner enthusiasts, people that have just listened and didn't necessarily have a technical background in radio. We've been able to use the RTL SDR to bring P25 Phase 2 scanning to individuals that might not have been interested in purchasing a scanner or dealing with the complexity and cost. And overall, I think this is just another exciting application of SDR. And with that, I'll take your questions, and we'll try to do a quick demonstration if time allows us.
Question.
Okay, I'll shout into both mics. Hey, there we go. It's definitely working. Hi, Gavin. I'm Zero. Number one, I've been in this
Hi.
room for 13 hours, so thank you so much for... Whoa. Damn, that's not going to work. That's a great demo. Oh, it's Paula. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to step away and yell. So thank you for this. I was looking forward to this one myself, so I appreciate it. Could you contact the Wireless Village team? We really want to be friends. We want to build a system like you've got for the village. Can you hear me at all? No? You lost me? Okay. His audio is dead. Cool. Thank you for muting. I'll pass this back to Paula.
Okay. I think we're back to it. Yeah, so you've got Zero's request then, right? Gavin, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I have my laptop down here, so you're not coming through my headset because I had to plug into my desktop to get my audio coming through Hangouts. So I can hear you. Your audio is not coming through my headset.
Oh, okay. All right, no worries. So yeah, you heard Zero, right? You heard his request to be friends?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on Twitter. I'm on my gavinrozzi.com personal site. All my contact info's there. So if anybody wants to follow up on any of the stuff that I talked about, you're always welcome to reach out. Certainly.
Thank you. I'm sorry to make a bit of a rush, but I really appreciate that. And taking us through that. It looks like a really slick system. In fact, got the API in a nice front end. It's Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Did you get any of my compliments?
Yes, I did. You know, it was a little bit broken up because we were having some technical issues, but thank you again for the opportunity to present it, and I'm glad you liked it.
All right. Yeah, one last round of applause.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gavin. Catch you next time.
Thank
All
you.
right, good night. All right, that brings us to the end of this mega Cyberspectrum. A big thank you to our hosts tonight at the Wireless Village. Catch you next time. Happy SDRing. Cheerio.